Guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to talk about the brand new Sunday Riley foundation. So if that is something you guys are interested in watching, then you are in the right place. We're about to get into it.
I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf.
Alright guys, so you have heard me go on and on in the past about Sunday Riley skincare. Now I'll link up here some reviews of old videos where I've discussed different Sunday Riley products. Her products are incredibly expensive, including the $150 Good Genes lactic acid moisturizer that goes on the face that is absolutely stunning. Her ingredients in a lot of her oils, including the Luna oil, the green oil that she has that a lot of people swear by, that's for clarifying people that are very like acneic and need a lot of clarifying activity happening on their skin. That's the UFO oil, the green one. That one's very, very popular. The Luna oil is the one that I use because it works while you sleep and your skin looks amazing the next day. But even her oils are incredibly expensive, and truthfully it's because of the ingredients. The different things that she uses to cold press and get these oils, the different seeds and beans out there that she uses in these oils. Literally, when you listen to her talk about these ingredients, it's about 30 days from the time that it's on the tree to the time that it's on the shelf. That's how fresh pressed a lot of these oils are, and in conjunction with the different ingredients in her skincare is why a lot of her skincare is so incredibly effective, but it's also very expensive. So needless to say, when I heard she was coming out with a foundation, I was over the moon excited. I could not wait to see what a foundation from Sunday Riley would look like. Well, it turns out that it looks like this. So this is called the Influencer. She claims that this is a clean, long wear foundation that's natural looking, gives you long wear, a lightweight feel, a satin matte finish, and she also claims that it is medium to full coverage. Well, I have tried this foundation out. First, let's talk about how it applies. So I'll show a video here of just applying the product on my skin. Now, because this product is formulated without cyclopentasiloxone, which is an emollient, and it just allows it's a derivative of a silicone, and it allows for slip on the skin and kind of gives you that layer on your skin that smooths out fine lines and wrinkles, smooths out pores. And a lot of people think, there's kind of an argument out there in the beauty community right now, that it causes congestion in your pores. So this is specifically formulated without that ingredient. So I was worried about how effective it was going to be at filling in lines and pores, but you guys, the coverage of this foundation, number one, it's buildable. So when you first put it on, you have a beautiful, I would classify it as medium to full coverage. You can build it up to a full coverage base, and it looks stunning on the skin. The wear test that I did throughout the course of the day also turned out amazingly well. This foundation did not settle into any fine lines and wrinkles. It wore flawlessly throughout the course of the day. It lasted all day long. It does a great job at controlling your oil, but unlike most matte or semi-matte foundations that control oil, if you've noticed a lot of times about halfway through the day, it gets very dry. Any kind of oil controlling formulation can get very dry. It can start to look a little cakey, and oftentimes will need a refresher as the day goes on. This does not get drying on the skin at all. And it just leaves this beautiful finish and controls your oil all day long. I was stunned by this product, truthfully, guys. This was an amazing find for me. So I want to talk a little bit about the claims behind it, and I'll read you just a little bit of what the claims are. So the claims again are that this provides clean, natural-looking, long-lasting coverage that doesn't dry out as the day goes on, with a satin matte finish. It stays fresh looking even through workouts or humidity. It is available in 20 shades, guys, so it launched with 20 shades, which I think is a good launch. It's definitely a great base to expand upon. It says that this will not clog your pores, that you can layer as needed without worrying about it clogging your pores, and that it will never crack or crease. It says it is good for all skin types. So I have combination skin. I go back and forth between combination skin and dry skin. Right now, because the weather's warming up a little bit, I'm leaning a little more towards combination, where I'm dry on the perimeter of my face with an oily T-zone. So in both areas of my face, the dry patches that I have out here, it didn't cling to any dry patches, and the T-zone where I'm oily, it did a great job at controlling oil throughout the course of the day. Now, I've had this foundation on today for, what time is it? So I've had this foundation on today for about almost 13 hours, and no sinking into fine lines and wrinkles. And my coverage is still there. It hasn't broken apart. Usually my foundation is gone about this time off the tip of my nose, off of my chin, around the high points of the cheeks, and it's not. It's still in place. You guys, this is like my new favorite foundation. So it is cruelty-free. It is formulated without the cyclopentylsiloxane that I told you guys earlier about. It's also formulated without any kind of synthetic fragrance. It has no talc in it, which is amazing, because that's a lot of times what attributes to cakiness is talc. And this is formulated without any talc. It also is formulated without any gluten. So for those of you out there that have gluten allergies and you worry about that because it is in a lot of cosmetics, this is a gluten-free formula. In addition to that, you can wear this all day, all night. They do claim you can build it up to full coverage. Her personal quote is that, "I can't stand how most foundations dry out my skin and cause irritation. My goal was to create a skin-friendly foundation that evens out your complexion with a buildable, natural-looking coverage for everyone's perfect finish, whether you battle sensitivity, uneven tone, redness, texture, dark spots, or blemishes. My mantra is the final step in great skincare is a clean, lightweight, long-wearing foundation." And honestly, guys, I think all of those things are true, and I think that she has accomplished that with this particular foundation. Now, I've worn this foundation for 4 days straight now, and I've worn it for about 13 to 14 hours a day. And I can honestly tell you that, like, I'm getting ready to go take it off right now. And every day where I've looked at my face while I'm getting ready to take this foundation off, I have been shocked at how good my skin still looks. So, you may be asking yourself, if the product that she sells, like the Good Genes skincare that she sells, that is smaller than this, it's about this big, and it costs $150. So if her skincare is that expensive, how much is this foundation going to be? Because keep in mind, even though it's formulated without all of those other things, it's also formulated with a lot of really, really important things as well. So it's formulated with Canadian willow herb, oat, chamomile, ginkgo biloba, green tea, northern truffle extracts. So these are all ingredients that she has infused in a lot of her skincare. She's managed to infuse all of that in this foundation as well, which I think is absolutely amazing. She also personally struggles with large pores, which is something I can relate to. So she wanted to make a formula that would even out large pores. And you guys, so especially right here, I always have this little cluster of pores that's very, very visible right on the end of my nose through here, and then I also battle them here. And you guys, this actually minimizes your pores. I am like so excited about this foundation, if you can't tell. So anyway, you would think, oh my gosh, we're looking at a $60 bottle of foundation, right? I mean, that's what I assumed going into this, is it was probably going to be somewhere between $60 and $80 up there with all the other high-end foundations. Just FYI, you actually get 1.8 fluid ounces in this, so you actually get a little bit more than 1 fluid ounce, which is the standard for most foundations. You get 1 fluid ounce. This is actually it's actually 1.08 or 32 mils worth of product, so you actually get quite a bit of product in here. So how much do you guys think that this is going to be? Could this possibly be the only downside? Is that it costs $100, $80, $60, $50? Nope. It actually only costs $42. And I know I say it only costs $42 when you can go out there and get foundations for $25, $30. You can go to the drugstore and get them for $10. But there are also a lot of really good foundations out there, like one of my favorites, the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This sucker is $60, but I love this foundation, and I use a lot of times I use this on a night where I want to just look really nice, and I save it for special occasions because it is so expensive. This is only $42. So I was really, really excited about that. That price point, considering what Sunday Riley is a great price point. The ingredients that she uses are incredibly expensive, and that is why a lot of her skincare is incredibly expensive. But what I like is that she's taken the time to reap the profits off of the skincare, and she's actually thrown a lot of those profits into being able to formulate a higher quality foundation and drive that price point down so that it's a little bit more available to the masses. So I can appreciate that about her. She could have very easily marketed this at $60 and people would have paid it, probably including myself. So the fact that she's conscious about that, I really like that about her brand, and it really tells me that she has the consumer in mind, and it's not just about driving money. So I am happy with the price point. I'm happy with the formula. I'm just about happy with just about everything that has to do with this foundation. So I'm in the color 170 for those of you that think that you might want to just take a look at it. I'll actually put a little bit of it on my hand here so that you can kind of get a good look at a swatch, just in case you're thinking about getting it. So here's a good look at the swatch. This is the number 170. I will say this, guys, in the description of the products, she does a great job at describing undertones and you know, different nuances about your skin, so that will help you pick out your shade. For example, this is 170, and this is a light to medium with a warm beige undertone, and because I have some of that pinky beigey undertone in my skin, I thought that would be a good match, and it is. Now, the name of this is actually called The Influencer, which I thought was kind of cool. So, The Influencer is the name of the foundation. It retails for $42. You can get it now at Sephora. And you guys, this is Erika approved, and I recommend that everybody try it out. It is phenomenal, and it feels so lightweight and good on the skin, and it's just really nice to know that you're putting good for you ingredients onto your skin. So this is an absolute A+ for me. Congratulations to Sunday Riley and the team. This is an absolute win. All right, guys, I think that's it. Listen, thank you so much for joining me today. As always, I hope everybody is happy and healthy, and I will see you guys in the next video.